Today we're having a conversation about business planning for 2024. This is something that I know a lot of agents do in October, but not us. We just did it.
Come on. Always look. I mean, here's the deal. Mariah and I, we've been wanting to do this literally since October.
We've been talking about
September.
Since summer.
And she says, Spence, can we please get together over dinner, over lunch, whatever it may be, in the house?
Business
Can
meeting.
we please do another business meeting? We generally do 4 or 5 a year, I would suggest. Okay, we get together. Maybe our numbers are great. Maybe our numbers just aren't looking to where we want to be. Let's make an adjustment. Let's fix it. That's generally what business planning, I would suggest, in our relationship is. And of course, we get some food and we talk about marriage life because we are married. We're a real estate team that's also a marriage team, okay?
So husband and wife team.
Husband and wife team, whatever you want to call it. So guys, we're going to share our experience we just had this morning. And we just got a random video sent to us from a lending institution. And this lending institution happens to be a friend of mine. And generally, I kind of ignore him, to be honest. And but it's one of those,
not in a bad way. It's just you get, it's not.
Well, we've all been there.
Yeah, you just don't reply.
Yes.
when you have somebody who constantly, like for me, for example, I have past clients who I send mail to continuously. Like I never hear back from them. They just get it. Like they're not like responding to me. You know what I mean? Like it's
so.
Fine.
Thank you for clarifying that. The word ignoring is very hurtful. We don't ignore him, but we don't reply to it. But we receive it. We didn't decline it. We don't unsubscribe from it.
Yeah.
He provided me with a service and an opportunity, and that's what a good lender should do. Yeah. So I text Mariah and I say, hey, we don't have anything going on tomorrow. This class is going from 11:30 to 1:30. Would you like to take the time and your schedule and attend it with me? Because this is exactly what we need in this moment of time. So just to paint that photo for you guys, that picture, we have been talking about business planning, and we finally got a message provided for with lunch, and we did it.
You sound like this really impacted you.
I love it.
Really like setting the scene here.
No, exactly.
For this.
Because here's the deal, realtor. You guys out there viewing this video, you need to do a business plan. We all need to do a business plan. Our real estate industry has changed. It's changed. If you're still door knocking, if you're doing letters, if you're not doing video, if you're just sending out random text messages, if you're just throwing a dart in the wall and hoping it sticks, make a business plan and come up with 3 really good things of prospecting, and it's going to change your year around.
Well, let's just start with what we did.
Okay.
So let's just share what we did.
So, Mariah, we got a packet, right?
Yeah.
As usual, you always get a packet handed out to you with good ideas.
Yeah, but also with just, I feel like most realtors have done this at some point or another. Maybe your brokerage has walked you through this, or your title company or somebody. But basically, you just write out like, this is the number of deals I'm going to do this year, and then like whatever that goal is for you, and then you break down that into how many conversations you have to have in order to make that happen. Yada yada yada. I won't go into all that because I'm sure you've like seen it and done it before, and I don't even have all of the like logistics in front of me.
I'm going to throw you guys some details.
What?
So in order to make one deal, imagine talking to 50 people.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Statistically, you talk to 50 people, usually you'll get one deal. Some people will say it's 100 people per deal.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 50. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you have a goal, how many escrows do you want to put in escrow per month? And how many people are you going to talk to make that happen? That's where I started with this. And it really came into fruition for me, though, because am I really doing these goals right now to make this number happen just magically? No. I came to a realization that either I'm being really lazy, I'm putting my time elsewhere, I'm not focusing enough on my family, and it's a real life check. And that's why I think I'm maybe so motivated and passionate right now about why we need to be business planning, because it's only going to help you as a person.
It really helps put things into perspective. Like, this is what I need to do in order to make this happen.
Exactly.
And then the next thing was just getting really clear on what those activities are going to be that you're going to be focusing on.
So let's just say, how are you prospecting right now?
Yeah.
What's working for you?
Yeah.
Put that as your activities. We came up with 3.
3 prospecting activities and 3 marketing activities. And because obviously if you are a solo agent, then sorry, you're going to have to do this all yourself. But we are a husband and wife team, and we both, we split roles and whatnot. And so because of the way we do things, he has he handles all the prospecting and I handle all the marketing, and we work with like 2 different kinds of clients. Now, obviously, could we like maybe make more money and do more deals if we were both prospecting and marketing? Yes, but also we wouldn't have as much time with our daughter as we do. Our life would not look the same way. And so we understand like that's a sacrifice we're willing to make because of how we want our life to look, if that makes sense. So we have, what are your 3 prospecting activities?
So my 3 prospecting activities simply are for sale by owner expired calls and pop-ins.
Okay.
Video, whether that's story, making this video content with you, being more on site when I'm doing a home tour or an inspection, documenting it, putting it on social media. And then lastly, I had one more, open houses.
Okay, I saw that and I was like, are you really going to do that?
I can do this.
You've never done open houses in your career.
I can do an open house.
Are you really going to do open houses?
That's how I'm going to reach my number. I promise you.
Okay.
Because
we'll see.
I have a number in
We've never
mind.
done open houses, like never.
I have a number.
I'm curious
and
to
I have
see
a
how.
goal.
Okay.
And if I'm hearing the agent in the behind me that just started 3 years ago saying all of her business comes from open houses, I feel like I'm missing out. And it's very easy. My personality, I know I can sit somewhere for an hour and a half, 2 hours,
right,
and maybe provide some service, give a lunch, whatever, capture information.
Yeah.
I don't even hold open houses on our listings, to be honest with you.
I don't remember the last time either of us have done an open house. Like I think the last open house I did, Astrid was like a month old and I was wearing her.
But that's what I'm willing to do though, to get business. And that's why business planning was important to me.
Yeah.
I added something to our business that maybe provides value to get me more escrows per month to reach my goal for the end of the year.
Yeah.
Man, I'm talking good.
Yeah. And then my activity is for marketing or focusing one on our Relocation YouTube channel, 2 focusing on agent-to-agent referrals. It's something we've had a lot of in the past, but then I've kind of not really focused on that as much and haven't had as many. So agent-to-agent referrals is huge. I feel like if you have any sort of online presence, whether you're marketing to agents or even if you're even if you're not doing like this YouTube channel, you're talking to consumers, agents eventually see it and watch it, and you'll get agent-to-agent referrals from that. I know that for sure because I've seen it. And then third was focusing a little bit more on short form because that's something I've really neglected. I always do long form and I'm so long form video focused because it's like it lives forever. And I'm like, why do short form when you could post a long form and get business from it 5 years from now? But I know short form is huge right now and just like staying in front of your sphere and stuff. So just focusing more on short form, and that would be on across all platforms. And like, that's the nice thing about short form is you could put it on every platform and then it's like, boom, you marketed to your sphere of influence on every platform versus long form. It brings you the best clients ever. And I think it's the best business plan, but you can't put it everywhere.
It works for us.
It's short
Maybe
form.
it doesn't for you though.
Yeah, if that makes sense. So
now say we came up with our prospecting methods. We know how many contacts we got to make per month, per day to get to your units closed on average. Now we have to implement it actually to your schedule. I think that's one of the biggest. And becoming where this is mandatory. Yeah. If it's video, I'm doing this X amount of days of the week, this time through this time blocking, I do not waver. If it does not become a part of your schedule and you time blocking it and you putting it on your calendar and maybe a showing happens during that time block moment, you're doing it wrong. Okay. Yeah. You got to stand up for yourself, your business, and your prospecting times, or else we've all been in this scenario, agents. Our pipeline becomes dry.
Well, I will just say it is never going to become a consistent thing in your life if it's not on your schedule as a priority and you don't treat it like you put it in your schedule ahead of time and then you stick with it. And like for video marketing, for example, like if you wake up, like I've definitely had days where I wake up and I'm like, I don't feel very much energy today. I don't look good today. Or like, I don't feel like myself. I don't like, but you still have to do it because it's on your schedule. And if you just switch it around because an appointment came up and it's really urgent, or like someone invited you to do something fun, like that has happened to me so many times. But for years we have done video on the exact 2 days every single week because it's on our schedule, and rarely do we miss it.
Very rare.
And if you're not going to treat it like that, then it's never going to become a consistent thing because there is always something that's more urgent, I guess you could say, than video marketing, but any kind of prospecting, whether that's cold calling, door knocking, like there's always going to be something that probably sounds more appealing to you or that feels more urgent that you need to take care of. And like, there is no reason you can't time block an hour because Like if there's an emergency, they can call you back in an hour. Like
Yeah.
the whole world isn't going to fall apart for your client in an hour.
Mariah's better at that than me.
Okay. Yeah. Cause I don't care about like pissing people off as much as you're more like want to make sure everyone's not mad at you.
I just want to make you happy.
Which is a good trait to have when you're in real estate with your clients, because no one needs clients mad at them, but
so
boundaries are
you
important.
time block. That's great. You figure out your numbers, how many calls, how many texts, how many outreaches you need to do. Now, I just want to put this into perspective because this is the reality of things. Agents, don't overcomplicate this. Think about how you're getting business today. Think about the last 6 months. Where have your deals come from? Buy in on that form of prospecting. If it's only one form, do the one form.
Yeah.
Don't stretch yourself so thin.
Yeah.
Now, out of that one form, it could only take you maybe 2 hours a day to be doing that 5 days a week to reach your goals.
Or less.
Think
honestly.
about it. An hour to 2 hours out of your day dedicated for business.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good return on your investment. There's 24. Usually people are at an office job for 8. You're only there for 2. I think it's worth it to do that and just put it into breakdown perspectives. Okay? It's going to be worth it for you because you're going to ultimately be reaching your goals. It's up to you to hold yourself accountable and be disciplined. Family stuff comes up. I get it.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. Tuesday, this week,
Tuesday.
I skipped the video.
Oh yeah.
I skipped it.
Which is rare.
I said, hey,
Never
Mariah, I don't feel, it wasn't even, it was self-conscious. I'm telling you right now, my hair, I didn't have a haircut. My face, it wasn't shaved.
So lame.
I don't know what was happening. Maybe I felt bloated that day. I ate the wrong food. I skipped the video. There are days you don't want to prospect. There's days that you have it on your calendar and you don't do it.
But that was the first time you've skipped it.
It's been a long time.
In like 2 years. So
I'm giving myself grace there, but I have to tell you guys as the audience, we're not doing this. We're people.
Yeah.
We're not robots.
Yeah.
We all have life expectancies, whatever happens. Okay? And we want to keep it on the schedule, all things necessary.
Yeah.
But there are days where you don't feel like going to work, but we still go to work.
Yeah.
I tell my wrestlers this all the time. You don't want to be in this room. I get it, but give me an hour and a half. There's 22 and a half other hours of the day to get the job done. Okay?
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. And then the last thing we also did talk about first before we did any of this was having a strong why. And as you know, anyone knows, I feel like when things are really hard, it's really, really easy to give up if you don't have a strong motivation behind it. I know for me, there's been business things that I've done that I have wanted so badly to quit. And if I didn't have a very long-term vision for it and a clear image in my mind of exactly why I was doing this, what I wanted my life to look like, and really believed in it as well, then I definitely would have quit, because there's been times when it's painful and you want to quit so bad. And so
You ever have that bad day?
Yeah.
Deal fall apart,
well, I'm
something,
not,
or just
not even
somebody
just that.
yelled at you.
Well, not even just that. I'm just talking.
Called 100 people and they said F off.
That, but
Literally.
also just not seeing the result, like putting in work. I feel like this is huge in real estate, putting in work and not seeing the results for a very long time. But then once you do see the results, it's like a domino effect and it's amazing. But putting in the work, it can get really, really discouraging. And things can get really hard, and you can maybe just don't want to do it anymore, and you can lose the motivation. But that's why you have to have a strong why behind it, or you're not going to keep going. And for me, it has to be more than like just, you know, a certain amount of money you want to make, because it has to be like, why do I want to make that money? Like, is it, what do I want my life to look like? Who do I want to help? What are like the people in my life I want to be able to touch? What's the time freedom I want to have? Like all of those things, you really need to get really clear and specific on that, because like, I feel like for me, I'm extremely motivated to keep going, chipping away at my goals, even if it really, really just seems like the needle isn't moving,
or it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, because my vision in my mind is so strong and clear. So get clear on that. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm talking to a veteran realtor now. Mariah, she's been in the business going on, 9 years, eight years this one.
8 years.
I'm
not that old.
Well, just in general, what I'm saying is you've done this year over year. Maybe you've business planned every year, whatever. You can get to a point in your business where you might be bored, even if you are successful.
Yeah, that's
we
very
were
true.
just in a meeting with a very, very successful agent in our area, including us.
Yeah.
Don't want to discount us. But there comes a point where it's like, it's out there if I want to go get it.
Yeah.
Do I want to go get it? I don't know. I got family. I got these activities. What is a wall that maybe you're providing an excuse for? As a new agent, but also as that rookie, or not rookie, but the agent that's been in the business for 10, 15, 20 years. Is there something that you've just become so bored of, you're maybe numb? Maybe there is. If there's not, then great for you. But today it kind of gave us a fuel. I really do think. We got in an office, a lending office. Did we really want to go? No. We made it an opportunity to be a couple, to go do a business plan we've been talking about for months.
I had fun.
And then
I feel like you were a little more touched than I was, but I had fun.
Well, we then come up with one idea that's actually going to help our forms of prospecting that actual leader of this discussion brought up to us, because we're known for video form.
Something we can do to make things easier.
And it provided us with a value.
Yep.
Whether the value was business planning or just implementing what we just were advised to do in our business, I consider that a win.
I agree. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us today. If you watched this video all the way through, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe, because I come on here every week with new videos and talk about all things real estate related, and sometimes Spencer does as well. And also don't forget to head over to our channel. We have a handful of playlists that you might find value from, and we will see you next week.